Alright, so I okay, so to say the least, I received an early access and a request to review, I don't know, correct a video from TrooperPurple, Chicago Heat Season 1, which this is the first video I watched, so I have no previous season context, but yeah, so I'm essentially just gonna be reviewing and correcting everything that's going on here, which is, from what I remember, it's not a lot of stuff that's wrong, but some stuff is just weird. And some really minor mistakes, but overall it's actually pretty good. So this is actually an early access clip that I received, so I obviously can't post it until the main video's out, but I received this so I can obviously review it while I have time, and I don't have time tomorrow to review this, which is when it's going to be going out, and so I'm recording this on Saturday and it's going live on Sunday, so I'm recording this the day before. So yeah, so I'm just gonna be reviewing this, correcting any mistakes, which there aren't that many because I already watched it and wasn't that much wrong. But anyways, welcome back to an episode of Roblox and Cop, and today we're gonna be doing another correction slash debunk video, not really debunk, because we're just correcting. But let's just get right in, and I don't really know what's gonna be going on in a moment because I obviously didn't watch anything before that. But when something does come up, or something good or something bad, I guess I'll just mention and call it out. So that's actually a really, really lively police station. Usually most police stations in this, unless these are headquarters or something, aren't that populated because everybody's on shift and everybody's out doing stuff. But if this is the headquarters of CPD, because I believe this is taking place in Chicago, that would make sense. If it's not, however, that would be very weird, but whatever.
Alright, listen up. We're still operating under review. That doesn't stop the job, it just means we do it clean.
No freelancing, no assumptions. Everything, and I mean everything, goes through the chain. So what about the gear case? Still active?
Yes, very active. And it just got quieter for a reason.
As I said, I have no context here because I didn't watch the previous episodes, but I mean, nothing weird is here because obviously I can't tell if something's weird because I didn't watch the other episode, but so far so good, mostly.
Dispatch to all active units. I repeat, dispatch to all active units. We have an active Code 5 stop requesting backup immediately.
I mean, it's the most minor mistake ever, and also I don't know what if they radioed in for a 1011 or whatever, or a standard stop at the previous 1020 or location. So I mean, if they did radio in previously and they gave a location, but they said, oh, it's a code 5 now and I need backup, then that would make sense. But so far, they just forgot to give a location of the actual stop. Okay, that is sketchy. So, if there's more than two people in that car, somebody's just gonna point out a gun here, shoot this officer. One person is gonna take out a whatever type of gun, they're gonna shoot these officers. So usually how this would go down is there would be units in cover, actually really like this sort of setup. These cars sort of can crossfire, but it's really pointless when there's nobody actually taking cover. So the primary unit, which I'm guessing is this bullhorn determinator, would usually that would usually be the person going in primary, so everybody else would sort of be taking cover behind their cars, including them. And how this would go out is, I hope the police procedures are the same in Chicago as they are usually, because it's usually the same in the same state, but maybe it's the same in the whole country, I don't know. But usually, from what I know, this would go down that all the units would be in cover, so taking cover behind the front of their cars. They were the primary unit, which I'm guessing is this bullhorn determinator, and once again I'm guessing it's this person since they're closest to that car. He'll be shouting commands like turn off your engine, step out with your hands up, and come back here. So we'll be taking cover here, and they would essentially, everybody would aim at the Tetra units, which, oh, whoops, the one unit there and the one unit there would be taking cover and aiming at the car, while this unit would be, no, not the secondary unit would be aiming at the person coming out of the car with lethal, while the primary unit would have less lethal, and they would be giving commands for the person to like head back to the police cars facing away, and then they would arrest him, and then they would rinse and repeat until they arrested everybody in that car. But I mean, the setup's fine. It's just that sort of the way it's carried out is weird. I'm probably gonna have to mute that music because I don't have the source of the music unless it's copyright free.
Okay, officers. So behind the window is our obstruction subject. Move.
Whatever that means. The subject means like, are you talking about a victim? Once again, I don't have any context because I didn't watch the previous video, but so far that's just weird.
Witnesses around like chess pieces.
He doesn't look worried.
They never do. Okay, so let's move in. I'm going first. Okay, be calm. He's supposed to be in this office. CPD, turn around. You're under arrest for obstruction of justice. Do not move. You're
Why does he have a fire? Why does he have like a reflective uniform on? That's weird.
Hands now.
Get up.
Hands now.
Okay, so bring him to.
I mean, to be honest, for like for obstruction of justice, I don't know why they're marching in with firearms. They also have to serve a warrant, which maybe they did off scenes. I don't know. If they did, then good. If they didn't, because you're arresting somebody in a courthouse. They're not armed, so you sort of need to serve them the warrant and show them the warrant that's judge signed. Because if they're working on a courthouse, that would obviously be like a federal thing. But yeah, they forgot to serve a warrant, and they just, for some reason, marched in with guns for obstruction of justice, which is a very, very big crime, but I still don't know why they marched in with guns. They could have just also went in and served warrants, or... Yeah, but whatever.
For one reason, obstruction of justice.
That's usually not, actually, it depends. Depends on the thing, but they could have done it more peacefully and used a lesser level of force. I really like the car's configurations there. Pretty realistic.
Alright, I got the suspect, man. What do you want me to do?
You seem calm for someone facing charges.
Because this won't stick.
You're interfering with witness. Say otherwise.
I'll be gone before the ink dries.
Their rights are made silent. Interesting. Interesting. They also didn't read him his rights, which maybe they also did off screen, but maybe they forgot. I don't know, but they missed that too. Now I'm forgetting one thing. Interfering with witnesses isn't exactly the same thing as obstruction of justice, so that's weird. They forgot to mention that one, but I guess they did mention charges. They still didn't serve a warrant.
You've contacted 3 witnesses and connected to stolen police equipment.
Contacted 3 witnesses doesn't mean that much without context here, so I don't know what's going on there.
I make phone calls. That's not a crime, is it?
If you just contacted the witnesses and like talked to them about anything, like change your testimony or whatever, that's not really a crime. So no, it's not here.
Moved money through a private security contractor.
I mean, they exist for a reason.
That's funny. Wait, I missed something.
Security content.
That's not a crime, is it?
You moved money through a private security contractor.
That's also not illegal, I think. It's actually funny.
Just for a reason.
Yeah, but your calls line up with intercepted CPD radio traffic.
That also doesn't mean anything, to be honest.
You're chasing symptoms, not causes.
That doesn't have context, I guess.
You want me to release him? On what grounds?
Bail, I guess? But if those are the charges and those are the reasons, then I guess bail could be posted.
That's not how this works.
What do you mean that's not have? I don't have context once again.
We have evidence. Understood. He's getting released.
You're kidding.
I wish I was.
You're close, just not high enough.
What happened with escorting the suspect out of the building? Just letting them walk in on private, on federal property?
So that's it? We just let him walk?
Someone had to have pulled the plug.
From
Or pay bail?
That's the problem. These cases were closed way too fast.
Same contractors keep showing up.
Look at the signatures. Same units, different years.
Move the equipment quietly. Keep it off the books. Contract covers us.
Oh yeah, actually, I mean, yeah, that is very suspicious and very... If they're referring to police equipment, that is also illegal, so yeah, I do see it, but that's not obstruction of justice and interfering with witnesses. But I guess that's also a similar level of a crime, so sure.
Captain, you might want to see this. Look.
This goes deeper than stolen gear. And someone's still protecting it.
So that's it. That really much seemed like a trailer, but I mean, it's the most realistic thing I've seen so far, so guess props to that. Anyways, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and go check out his content, and also this video when it goes live. Link to that will be in the description, and goodbye.